Before I start this video, I think it's really important to mention the fact that I'm a stupid, dumbhead, monkey-minded, dumb face. And nobody should ever listen to me. But that being said, I would like to suggest, I would like to inform via the following. um, I think reality is interesting. I sometimes wonder if we are in a hologram, in the sense that there may be a real part of us, but we have like the physical and spirit body as kind of simulations created by that soul, that real part of us, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Like, I was thinking about time, and I was thinking about space and place, and this morning, no, it was yesterday, I thought to myself, I think I'd really like to have a cantaloupe. And I got really excited. And I don't normally go to the store and buy cantaloupes. But I got really excited by the fact that I might have a cantaloupe. And lo and behold, my roommate gave me a cantaloupe, like not 4 hours later. And I'm like, it's so funny because I wanted a cantaloupe. And it's not often that I dream of cantaloupes, let alone go and purchase one. In fact, I haven't purchased a cantaloupe, I don't believe, for some years. And I just got one, so that's weird. And it's almost like thought, intention, desire communicates, travels, traverses certain planes, certain avenues, and it can be accessed and felt and communicated and received. But anyway, I was thinking about soulmates, the prospect, the possibility that soulmates could be real, and how it's like you might incarnate your body in one spot, and then your soulmate may incarnate their body in another spot close by, and then you might meet in a very fairy tale-esque way, or not. But the fact of you incarnating near your soulmate is something. And how does that look when you're a soul, when you're incarnating on the earth? Do you factor that? Like, who's doing that? Who is operating that? Who is like watching that or whatever, you know? Like, who's policing that? Who's reviewing that? Who is reporting on it? Who is like checking the numbers on it? Who is measuring the time stamps on it? You know, who's documenting it? Who is preparing it? Who is cross-referencing it? You know, who's doing that? What's it all about? You know, if that was real, if soulmates are real, I don't know if they're real or not. I don't know if they're of reality or not. I'm not a genius here. I prefaced this video by saying I'm a stupid monkey man, and I maintain that. I'm not backing away from that. I'm a stupid, monkey-headed, dumb-faced, stupid man. And no one should ever believe a single word that comes out of my pie hole. But like, who's documenting that? You know, like, who is saying if so and so is born here, and then we'll have so and so, other so and so who share the same so and so soul, right? We'll have them born in the town next, in the neighboring town. We'll have them born. We'll have them bear themselves. They will bear out. They will conceive of themselves in another town. Go conceive yourself. Hey, why don't you go conceive yourself in the neighboring town? And then you can have a fairy tale or not so fairy tale meeting. And then Hollywood could make a movie about it. Listen, I can make tunes whenever the damn well I please. This might not be the most appropriate tune for that particular juncture in the video, but it's what I felt. Doesn't evoke necessarily a fantastic, giddy, exciting romance. It's more of a ditty than a moist eyed romantic tune. But anyway, back to the point. Let's stop absconding. Let us cease our rambling. Let us cease our... Oh my god, I saw some movement and it scared the bejesus out of me. I'm gonna get eaten by a Sasquatch. Just if anybody cares, it doesn't matter. I'm scared of the Sasquatch folk. I'm scared of them. Anyway, that's why you don't go out in the woods at night. Not because of the big bad wolf, because of the Sasquatch. So they have their fairy tale meeting, right? You know, time and space and whatnot, right? Am I right or am I right? Or am I wrong? Or am I wrong? But what if you meet in what if you bear yourself in Tahiti? Meanwhile, 2 years ago, your soulmate bore themselves in Russia. Mother Russia. Yeah. You know? Because, why? What's the logic, the logistics behind that, friend? Of that, Because how do you know that you're going to meet? Because you probably won't, because you're in Tahiti. Economy's not so great. Am I right? And then there's Russia, Russia. Mother Russia. And that's a long distance. I don't even know where Tahiti is. I honestly don't, but I know Tahiti's not Russia. I know that. So it's like it is like it's been like, it will be like, and it has been like. And it's like time. Like, these two soulmates better frickin' meet, is what I'm saying. And someone knows somewhere, the money, the check, the person who does the accounting knows that the Tahitian part of the soul is going to meet with the Russian part of the soul, right? And they know that's going to happen. And it's almost like, it's weird how there's space, right? There's space, and there's proximity, and there's connection, and there's communication, and rocks in the earth, and nodes, landmarks, drifts, beaches, mountains, arroyos, bluffs, cliff faces, cliffs, hills, valleys, lakes, nodes. They're all nodes in space, you dangus. They're all nodes in space. And you are not like a node so much as you're like a moving object. You move. I'm not saying you're an object. You might be more than an object, but as far as your physical body is concerned, you move in the space. And that's kind of interesting to consider. Am I right? Why are you not getting it yet? Some people got it and they're like, I got it already, Theo, and I'm bored. But then there's people that didn't get it, and I'm mad at you for not getting it. I think it's pretty freaking cool. There's space, and there's space is relatively stationary, but it will change. And there's place in space, right? There's the places in the spaces. There's places in space, right? There's nodes. on this framework quilt of space. Nodes. I don't know what a node is. It's like a point, I would assume. And then there's like you who moves. You can move from one node to another. You can be at the beach and then you can go to a mountain. And that's pretty freaking cool. Because if you're in Tahiti and you get on a boat and you go to Russia and you meet your soulmate, then you have effectively, it's like there's time and then there's space, you know? So someone might say, well, I was born next to my soulmate. It made it pretty damn easy to meet them. But you had to travel an ocean. But you still did it. I don't know if it's harder. I don't know what it means to be hard. I don't know if anything's hard. It's not supposed to be hard, so why is it hard? If you have to traverse an ocean to get somewhere, I don't like that. I'm gonna get eaten by a fucking Sasquatch out here. And I'm not happy about it. No one will like understand how I died. No one will know the depth of terror that was in my eyes, mind, and bloody soul while looking into the eyes and the gaping maw of my demonic Sasquatch friend who enjoys human flesh. I don't know why they like him. I don't know why he enjoys human flesh. I don't know what gave him a bloodlust of human flesh. I don't understand him. I don't understand that. I wouldn't do it, but I'm not going to discriminate against him. What the fuck am I talking about? What did I start this with? There's a reason for my video. You and I was starting on. Oh yeah, I was talking about reality. Like the crazy thing about Sasquatch, right? Is like you can hear people talk about Sasquatch like me. Like I've listened to so many stupid ass stories of people getting like themselves in the proximity of a Sasquatch and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck is that?" And then they see they see the dude and they're like, "God damn it, what the fuck is that? It's a goddamn monster." And then like 20 years later they realize it's a Sasquatch. If they haven't effectively buried the memory down way down. Anyway, that's a story. Maybe everyone's lying. I don't know how it works. Maybe everybody's effectively lying. I don't get it. I don't understand. I'm not an understander of these things. I just follow the rules. I don't make the rules. But it's weird. It's weird how you could like put things in their place. Like you can say to yourself in your little, you know, in your little bedroom, you go to sleep and you say, Sasquatch ain't real. And then you go out on a hunting trip with your buddies and then you see a damn Sasquatch. And you're like, I don't know what happened. And you might even say, that didn't happen. Haha. Good. Like you don't even know. You don't even know what just happened because you don't even have a frame of, like you are aware of Sasquatch, but then you freaking see one, and you're not like familiar with the seeing of them. You might have to see them like 3 times or something. Like it's weird, and I think that's gonna be how it is when you like realize truth. It's like, oh, spirit world, you know, whatever, spirits. I've heard, I have heard so many stories of people seeing ghosts, people seeing sprites and spirits and spirits and sprites. You know? And has it helped me? Has it made me believe in the spirit world? Not really, if I'm being honest. If I'm being totally honest with you, it hasn't helped me believe in the spirit world. What I'd like to do is actually see a goddamn spirit, you know? That's what I've come to the conclusion of. I'd like to see one of them here spirits, and then I'll believe it for sure. And then, like, fucking one day, I'm gonna see one of these goddamn things. And I'm gonna be like, what the fuck is that? I'm gonna be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I talked to this dude the other day, like, like a month ago, like 2.5 weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, like 3 weeks and a day ago. You know, I talked to him and I said, "Hey, dude," and he was like, "Hey, man," and we are talking about and like weird, wacky, eerie occurrences. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I saw like this spirit." I'm like, "What? Tell me more." And then he said, "Yeah, it was in a car, and that's the first I've heard of like a spirit in a spirit car, like a ghost in a ghost car. You know, that's weird." But he was like, "Yeah, like it went right through my friend," and I'm like, "What?" And then he was like, "Yeah, what?" That's what I said too. He was like, "Yeah, what?" And then he said his buddy had said, "What?" And then everyone was like, "What?" And then I said, and then just to drive the point home, I was like, "What?" You know. So anyway, he saw a ghost in a ghost car, and I'm like, I don't know what the Frenchified pastry sauce that is. You know, I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't understand the world. I don't understand reality. But he said that happened, and he even said to me, he was like, I still don't know what happened, and I still don't believe that happened, but it happened. And I'm like, how does that work? But I've heard of that phenomenon before. It's like you see the thing that you've only heard about in fairy tales, and then you don't even know what to think about it. And what I hate is that when I finally do see spirits, you know, I don't know if that's going to happen in my lifetime on Earth, but it's kind of a goal that I have, you know. But say it did, it'll be like, oh, damn, that's the thing that I had wanted. And the thing is, it's going to be like quiet and alone. And like, I've even had experiences that nobody cares about that I could share with you. Like one experience that I had where I believe I was like, I woke up and consciously remembered being in my sleep state or being in my spirit body walking around. And I felt all of this like incredible fear. And I woke up remembering it. And I was like, I remember this coldness and I remember this like this darkness that permeated things. And I remember either seeing or feeling another spirit around me and just being caught with trepidation and fear by their mere presence. And then I woke up like not too long after that and I remembered it and then I like quickly shut it down. But then in my mind I'm like, no, that happened, idiot. And I'm like, yeah, it freaking did. You're right. and and then I was like, what? And then they were like, what? And then everyone was like, what? You know. So anyway, um it's like no one cares about that, you know? Like that means something to me. But I know there's like two people in the world that will listen to this video who don't think I'm crazy and will care. But like everybody else doesn't give a rat's butt. And rats have weird butts, by the way. Anyway, I don't want to get off topic. But like no one's going to care and it happened. And it's like it might mean nothing, but it might mean everything. That might be one of my first major memories of spirit life. I've had other ones, but that one was pretty freaking cool and scary because I was deeply afraid. And it kind of shows how intensely like the level of fear was so freaking intense. I remember it being this cold, not deep fear, but it was like it felt like this airy, misty, never-ending cold. Like I don't know, the Dementors and like Harry Potter or those witchy black figures and the Lord of the Rings. Great moment to mention Dementors and witchy black figures from Lord of the Rings while I'm in the darkness of nature. But anyway, So I will get eaten by a Sasquatch tonight. And if I don't, well, I don't know why I have to live in fear over that. Because, that's the thing about life, is that it kind of sucks because you're not having fun and being silly and adventurous and dumb. Like, I was praying earlier and I'm like, I kind of just want to be silly and dumb and have fun and do whatever the F I want and just be dumb. And then people will be like, "Hey, Theo, that was dumb," and I'm like, "Hell yeah, hell yeah!" Like that's kind of that's the attitude I want to have. And then people will be like, "Hey, but you don't have a shelter over your head, you dangus," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that sucks." And then they'll be like, "You should go to a homeless shelter." And then I'll be like, "Yeah, but then I gotta be around other people. And when I cry, they get weird, and I don't like that. So I should find my own place." And then they're like, "Hey, Theo, you need money to be to have an apartment, you dingus." And I'm like, "Money? I don't want to. Where do you get that?" And then they're like, "You got to work." And I'm like, "Ah, fuck." You know? So I don't want to do any of that. I just want to be silly and be stupid. I hope I can get to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do whatever I want for the rest of my life and live 3 days. Like those 3 days where I've decided and I've acted on my desire of doing whatever the Frenchified pastry sauce I please. Those are going to be the best 3 days of my life. They probably won't. They'll be filled, but they'll be exciting. I think it'll be a bit of both, but it'll be exciting enough. It'll be memorable. It'll be like a high school Ferris Bueller's, football game day out, It'll be like every day it'll be like, "Hey, he did something crazy, dude." And then I'll be like, "Hell yeah, man." They'll probably put me in jail at some point, but at least I'll do what I want in jail too. I'll be like, "I don't have anything to lose, man." So, I mean, I don't want to get raped or anything by like that big guy. That would scare me and put me in a funk for a year. Although I will only live for 2 days. Oh God, I hate where my mind goes. That's the thing. Like you have so much fun, and then shit happens, and then you remember like everything that's hard and scary in your heart, and then I got to deal with that now. Thanks, Jesus. I mean God, or you really shouldn't blame them. I guess you have to blame yourself or your parents. I don't know. You have to blame. Everything's hard. I don't like things. I don't like it very much, and that's the point of my video. Reality is cool.